sitting here in my self-proclaimed content creation room, drinking coffee out of my very expensive mug on a Wednesday during Pisces season. And as I'm sitting here, I'm asking myself, who do I think I am? And I'm here, and so are you. And honestly, I'm really glad you're here. So earlier this week, I had put up a poll asking for input about my first makeup look that I wanted to film on here, because I kind of want to, create a series of really cute just makeup looks. And I put up all these cute little looks, and then right after I put the poll up, I found this really pretty, whimsical, dreamy look that I just felt like looked like Pisces, like Pisces energy. Pisces, we're in Pisces season. And I thought to myself, you know what? That's it. Like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do makeup looks based off of the energy of the zodiac signs. And because we're in Pisces season, what better way to kick it off than to do a really pretty Pisces look? So the look I found was from REM Beauty by Ariana Grande. And Ariana Grande, I don't think she's not a Pisces. I think she's a Cancer. She's a water sign. And if you go like on her Instagram and, look at her makeup, it's very, soft, whimsical, easily blended. You don't have to be like a superstar makeup person to be able to use her products. I think I have one, it's like a liquid shimmery eyeshadow. It's not the colors of this particular look. I wish it was. Maybe they'll send me some stuff. But yeah, the look is really pretty and we're gonna get into it. But before we do that, I want to get into pulling some of these cards and get a little bit of energy for this particular video. So yeah, I'm gonna be pulling from a couple of different decks, and they will all be linked in my Amazon storefront. Except for the Honey Mommy affirmations. This is an affirmation deck that I created myself around a time where I just really needed some guidance. And I'm a writer, myself, and we're gonna pull a card. We're gonna get some energy, and hopefully it resonates with you, and hopefully it resonates with me, and it resonates with, the energy of Pisces season. So let's see. So the card is a 999 card, and it says, new levels of your life will require a new you. Complete the task, revel in your newfound wisdom, take a break if you need to, then prepare for what is next. You are ready and you are worthy. And I don't know about you, but woo, that resonates. And it's so funny to specifically pull that particular card, because the number 999 is the number of completion. And a lot of people may think that, like January 1st is the beginning of the new year, when right now we're at the tail end of the astrological year. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. And if you're at a moment in your life right now where you're kind of like in between worlds, where I feel like I'm in between worlds. I'm on a precipice of, this is new. This is, this Luxe Mommy the Goat YouTube page is brand spanking new. So it's new territory. It's territory that I have always wanted to be in, but, maybe I didn't have the confidence or whatever the case may be to be there. So if you're going through that same thing and going back and forth with yourself about, whether it's time to step into a new thing, or, if you're trying to figure out if you're worthy or if you're ready, it's just like, you are. You are. And that's kind of why you kind of like dragging your feet, because that once you step into that new world, it's really not no going back. It's really not no going back. You can't play both sides. You gotta give this new thing, this new self, all the space you need to grow. And, you know, you're worthy and you're ready. And all you got to do is you got to trust yourself. This next deck I'm pulling from is called Empowering Questions. I love this deck. I got this deck off Amazon when I started journaling again, and it's really that girl. It gets real deep. So the question that I pulled from the Empowering Questions deck is there something in my life that makes me forget time while I'm doing it? And what is it? For me, it's art. I haven't painted in a really long time because I just haven't been inspired. And the thing about being an artist is just like, there's two things that inspire. I know for me is being deeply in love or literally surviving heartbreak. I have had neither in a very long time. I'll never forget, I painted my girl. If you follow me on Instagram, you have seen pictures of her. And I painted her during a time where I was experiencing heartbreak, and I was all fucked up. I was all fucked up. Like, I'm talking about, like, I was out of my mind, delusional, just out of touch with reality at that point. Very Pisces, like, well, the shadow side of Pisces can just be, you know, just escapist and, you know, really just overly compassionate to the point where they sacrifice themselves, you know, for others, and especially love. You know, like, Venus is literally exalted in Pisces. But yeah, I was all fucked up, and I literally was like, I lost track of time. I think the 16th hour had passed, and I had drew her out, and she's pretty big. She's like maybe 5 feet tall. She's a little bit, or maybe a little bit under 5 feet, but I had drew her out, and I just was painting my heart out, like just going crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna get into more tendencies of Pisces, the positive and the negative, when I start doing a look. But I just want to get a little bit more energy for this video, and I'm going to be pulling from the Prism Oracle deck. This is also going to be listed in my Amazon storefront. So let's get a card. Ghost. It's so funny. Pisces energy to me is elusive, like a ghost. You'll be fucking with a Pisces, and the shadow side of Pisces can be so, I don't know, like manipulative. And they'll have you thinking inside your mind, like, am I crazy? To the point where you don't really know what's you and what's them. That was fun. Ooh. Some cards flipped out here. The last deck I'm going to be pulling from is the Gold Foil Tarot. They're so pretty. They're linked in my Amazon storefront link. And the card that popped out was the Death card. Scorpio energy. So a water sign card. It's not necessarily a Pisces card, but it is a Scorpio card. And it ties into the 999. This is a card of endings. I've been getting this card for months now because there's a part of me, a part of my life, and just a part of my identity that's literally being shifted. So the 999 and the Death card is a card of letting go. So if you have something to let go, let it go. I want to say, before I get into talking about Pisces, and then, you know, further along down the line when I get into talking about all of the other signs, I don't dislike or like more any sign except for Sagittarius. Like, that is and it's crazy because I have a Sagittarius rising, and that energy is all throughout my chart, and that's what I attract. I don't want the Pisces girls to come at me and come get me when I start talking about the more delusional and shadow aspects of Pisces energy. Okay? Don't come for me, girls. I don't want to fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I only fight words. So I'm just filling in my brows here, and I'm using my absolute favorite MAC pencil. It's the eyebrow styler in the color Stud. And I don't know where the girls went left and kind of like left MAC in the dust, but let me tell you something. MAC is still pretty much, very much that girl when it comes to the pencils and when it comes to the powders. Like that's just my shit. So yeah, Pisces season begins on February the 19th and it ends on March 20th. So we're like about a week away from Aries season. I'm real hyped to do Aries, the Aries look. But I don't know, for me, like Pisces season is always kind of like a little bit confusing and a little bit elusive. Like my thoughts can run away from me because Pisces rules the 12th house in astrology. So the 12th house in astrology is associated with Pisces, and it is the house of our subconscious mind, and it's also the house of like isolation and introspection. It's the house of spirituality. It's so funny because my page is actually a Pisces. I'm using the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum in the shade Main Squeeze. I'm gonna have a pictorial, like a pictorial of all the things that I'm using. So yeah, Pisces rules the 12th house, house of the subconscious mind, things unseen, spirituality, all of those different things. It's also associated with like healing, like mental healing, and it can be physical healing. Pisces, the Pisces house rules, places like hospitals where people go for physical healing or mental healing. And it also rules places like jail. You ever notice like when people go to jail, they find spirituality? Is because that is a place of renewal and a place where people go to, lay down their burdens and come out anew. And that's why it's so funny how, people think that January is the beginning of the year, but January is literally in a dead of winter. Pisces season marks the end of the year and then the beginning of the renewal season. Update: I am priming my skin with my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. So fitting for Pisces, right? It looks like water. This is really that shit, okay? I don't know. I've been using this probably since like 2019. It went like viral in 2020. Got like all the awards and shit in like 2022. But anyway, it's that girl. Pisces is it's a water sign. It's one of the 3 water signs, and the other 2 are Scorpio and Cancer. I'm also using the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Lit All Over Glow Enhancer. This is my shit too. It's made by Rihanna. She is one of the most famous Pisces. But yeah, Pisces is, besides the moon, it rules our, our deep inner emotions. If you have ever dealt with a Pisces person, you know that, they can be whimsical and you can get lost in them. It's an energy that, it's like spaced out. You kind of don't, it's very elusive, like that ghost card. You kind of don't know where they end and where you begin, because one of the shadow sides of Pisces is elusiveness and enmeshment. So yeah, I'm looking dewy, looking hydrated. We talking about Pisces here. So yeah, Pisces energy is very emotional and it's very spiritual. Like I said, my YouTube is a Pisces. So here we are talking about spirituality and things like that. It is the sign of the most in-depth creators, right? You think about somebody like Kanye West. Kanye West has a Pisces moon. He is one of the most far out thinkers. He's so far ahead in most times. His moon is also in the 9th house. The 9th house is a Jupiter house, which is, one of the rulers of Pisces. They're dreamy and they're imaginative and they are like shapeshifters. And like I said, they're very mystical and creative. So I'm going to be going in with my concealer just to cover up my marks. I like my makeup to look like skin, especially moving out to California. When I first got here, I used to wear like makeup. But now that I'm here, I literally only do like concealer, and that's pretty much it. Like I do concealer. Oh, and I started using the CC cream by It Cosmetics. It's gonna be in my kind of like my pictorial. But anyway, yeah, Pisces they're the mystics. They are the seers. Like their energy is very psychic. I know like when the moon is transiting in Pisces, I have like the most psychic dreams. If you follow the moon and you know a little bit about astrology, you probably know what I'm talking about. So yeah, Pisces keyword is I know, right? Got to spray it up and keep it hydrated, keep it juicy. But yeah, Pisces keyword is I know. And the character that to me embodies Pisces, if you ever watched The Matrix when they took Neo to see the Oracle, she to me was very Pisces-like. She was very, feminine. She was baking cookies. And for whatever reason, she just knew things. And Pisces, they kind of know things. They're the psychics, and sometimes they know things before the rest of us do. Like I have a very prominent Pisces placement. I have my true node in Pisces, and your true node is kind of like your North Star. It's like what you're supposed to be doing here. So my true node is in Pisces, and here I am teaching you things because these are the things that I know. And my true node is in the 3rd house of learning, teaching, and knowledge and information. So here I am, basking in my Pisces energy, teaching you guys what I know while doing something creative. I'm, sitting here doing my makeup because Pisces is the sign of the artist. And some of the most artistic people have Pisces as their sun sign, their moon sign. Somebody like Beyonce, who has a 12th house stellium. She is one of the most creatives that we have. Somebody like Michael Jackson has a Pisces moon. He was the greatest artist. Another really great person who is a Pisces sun is Erykah Badu. She's one of my favorite artists. If you listen to her music, she is highly romantic, highly intuitive, emotional, dreamy, very imaginative. Tyler, the Creator, is a Pisces. We know like his music kind of shattered the rooftop of what rap is. He came in the game full on what most people will call weirdo energy, but it's like Pisces are they're the shapeshifters. So I am going in all over my lid with this milk chalk, color chalk. The color is called Skip It. It's really pretty. I'm just using it as a base for the eye look. But yeah, the person who embodies the positive attributes of Pisces is Jesus Christ. He was sacrificial and he was accepting of all people. He was non-judgmental, and he embodies everything that the Pisces energy is all about, even down to becoming the ultimate sacrifice, because a Pisces who has no boundaries, they don't know where they end and where somebody else begins. And this is like the shadow side of Pisces. They can just be too overly empathetic and too understanding and too, they're ruled by the planet Neptune. And Neptune is the planet of delusion. Like, if you ever met a Pisces, they can sometimes be so up in their mind where, unless they have like some type of earth energy that grounds them, they can get really, really lost. So before I get into more Pisces stuff, I'm going to be going on my eye with the Dazzle Shadow by MAC, and it's called Shine Delight. It's super pretty. But like everything has a shadow side, and the shadow side of Pisces is addiction, right? Oh, that's so pretty. Can you see? The shadow side of Pisces is addiction. And in your chart, wherever you have Pisces is where you'll experience, the shadow side and the positive attributes of Pisces. So you take somebody like me who has Pisces on their 4th house cusp, where I come from a family of, my grandmother was a preacher, that's Jupiter. My grandfather was a Pisces. Both my mother and father were artists. My mom could sing, she could sew, she did hair, all of the things that Pisces energy is about. My father was a writer. I found that out, not too long after he passed away, that he was a writer. And I guess that's where I get my writing skills from. And all of, the talents that I had were passed down to me through my lineage. But the shadow side, like I said, is like alcohol abuse and drug abuse. And my grandfather was a raging drunk. It was crazy. And my mom and dad were both drug addicts. My mom is clean by the grace of the Lord, and I don't think that my father, got over his. You take somebody like Whitney Houston. She has a Pisces ascendant, and somebody like Michael Jackson, who also has a Pisces ascendant, and I also think that he has a Pisces moon. I have to double check, but they're some of the most talented, were some of the most talented individuals that this world has ever seen, and they both happen to suffer from drug addiction. And that's the thing about like drugs and Pisces energy, is just like when you are high on drugs or weed or whatever, their drug of choice happens to be, because Pisces rules like the subconscious mind and areas in our brain that we don't really know how to activate, the drugs and the drinks do it for you. And when you're, in those elevated states of consciousness, because that's what, and I'm not promoting drug use or anything like that, but, those particular things allow you to tap into, different parts of your mind. And, the byproduct of that is being able to create art in a depth that you may not have been able to access if you were not, you know, in that mental state. I know for me, sometimes when I, you know, smoke my reefer or whatever, and I'll start looking into the birth charts or, you know, looking into my chart and I'm reading these transits, it's like I can get, like that question asked me on the card, what can you do where you just forget time? And that's one of those things. Before I get further into this, I am using this blush and Drip by a brand called Made by Mitchell. It's liquid blush, but I'm just going to use it as like a topper for my eyelid to give it a little bit more. Oh, I probably should have did that with not that much. Oh, it's going to be extra super glimmery and shimmery, but it's pretty nonetheless. But yeah, when you are, you know, in those elevated states of consciousness, you can access, you know, different points. Like I said, for me, when I'm reading into the birth charts and things like that, I can get so lost. You know, time just doesn't exist when I'm looking and seeing things. And that's Pisces energy. And on the look, she has like a lower, it's like a silver line. And I'm going to do like my lashes and stuff like that off camera. I'm going to do my lashes. And she also has a black wingtip. I haven't done a wingtip in so long, but I'm gonna do it. But yeah. And, oh, another thing that I feel like Pisces energy is all about, like when Beyonce did, it's pretty. When Beyonce did the super like Silver Surfer looks for her concert, it was very, very Piscean, very futuristic. And I thought that was really pretty. And that's kind of like what this look is doing for me right now. It's giving. I'm gonna let y'all see me. Hopefully I don't screw this up. I haven't done this in a very long time. Oop. Don't let it get away from you now. Okay. Oh, bitch still got it. All right. Whoo! That should have cut your ass. Yes, it's giving. The eyes are squared away. Whoo, seemed like such a feat. But so body parts that are associated with Pisces are actually the feet. But how you can spot a Pisces, to me, is always by their eyes, especially Pisces risings. So when I say rising and ascendant, that's referring to your physical body. In the birth chart, your first house is kind of like the first house that is what people first notice about you. So if someone has a Pisces rising, because Pisces are ruled by the fish, and fishes have big, bulgy, watery eyes, Pisces rising oftentimes are categorized by their big, dreamy, expressive, watery eyes. So before I get more into that, I'm going to be doing my cheeks with this ColourPop pressed powder blush in a shade, it's called Night Bloom. It's a really pretty pinky purpley. I feel like it's very Pisces vibes. My favorite Pisces rising is Michael Jackson. And if you know Michael Jackson, he has those big, watery, expressive eyes. Who else? Nipsey Hussle is also a Pisces rising, and he had those big, sometimes the eyes will even have like a wide space. Take somebody like Rihanna, who has actual watery, bluey, greeny eyes, but they're kind of like spaced out a little bit. You can always tell a Pisces rising by the eyes. And if their eyes are not big and expressive, they can almost be small and kind of close together and spaced like close. And then sometimes the head shape is funny. really pretty pinky purpley night bloom color. And then I'm going to be going over that with the Show Gold Extra Diminished Skin Finish by MAC. Listen, MAC has the best powders. They're still one of my favorites. I'm still a MAC girl. And you see how it just gives it that baby the pop. Listen, I'm chasing the sun right now. I want to get some pictures that I'm going to put at the end of this video of the look all put together. But yeah, you see how this look is just, I'm gonna be a little extra dramatic with it and put it all up here. Cause it's Pisces. We doing very dreamy Pisces look. Okay. And for the lips, I'm gonna be doing the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Eclair. It's like a really pretty purple pink. And I'm also gonna be doing Gumdrop by Revlon. This is a oldie but goodie. I don't even, like, when I bought this, I literally had to buy it off of Amazon, and it was like way more than what it originally cost. But you know, it's just one of those colors that's really pretty. And then I'm gonna top it with this. I'm gonna need all y'all brands when I be tagging y'all and doing these videos. I want free makeup. Okay, I want free makeup. And then the look has this really super, I'm going to be going in with the blush again. Let me do it with my finger. And, oh, started putting it on, but I feel like it needs more. So I'm gonna just double it up a little bit. Double up. Okay. There it is. When you see the look, you're gonna like it. You're gonna understand. It's giving Y2K. It's super pretty. I love it. But yeah, you want to know what? I'm going to end this video with a read along that I got off of Instagram. And because Pisces rules delusion, or is a sign of, you know, the shadow side is delusion, I'm gonna read this to you and we gonna wrap it up. It's hilarious. I can't wait to read it to you. I almost forgot to set my makeup. I'm using the Pro Filter by Fenty finishing powder. I think the color I use is Honey, and we're gonna do that. I love this step. It just pulls everything together. And then I'm gonna use my Milk Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray and just wet it up, giving real Pisces vibes. I can't wait to take these pictures. They're gonna be so pretty. But yes, let's get into this crazy delusional ass story. You about to crack up. So this story is a pure delusion. So it says, I was downsized 4 years ago and I may get called back to work any day now. No, you're not. That's delusion. My 2-year-old son and I live with my girlfriend and we've been dating for 8 months. My girlfriend's ex got her a job at the Waffle House, so he's her boss. Why she been putting on makeup and fake lashes to go work there? She's dressing up for him. I know it. I saw where that bullshit was headed, so I made her a fruit smoothie filled with fruit and a liquid laxative. Sabotage. For her first day of work. I planned for her to get too sick to go to work. I was in the shower when she gave the smoothie to my son on her way out the door. This boy ran shit all over the house, all over my shoes, my game console, and he's fleeing his sudden mess and he soiled everything. And I did my best to clean. My girlfriend came home from work and walked back out the house because of the smell. She told me to take my shitty son and get out. I know her ex is waiting to move back in. How do I stop this snake from getting back into her life? You're the snake. What the? Come on now. Some people live in Pisces shadow energy delusion on a day-to-day basis, which is crazy. Anyway, all of the products that I use for this beautiful Pisces look are going to be shown at the end of this video in a pictorial. And that's all I got today. I'm Luxe. If you're still here, I hope you like, I hope you subscribe, and I hope you learned something new today. I'll see ya.